No, there are so many Nollywood movies that has spiritual scenes that has to do with either occultic settings
Yeah,
or spiritual settings.
yeah,
Do you think that some of these settings that we shoot, that we exhibit,
yeah.
we have people that we call set designers
Designers, yeah,
on a movie.
yeah,
So they are the ones that usually put together these sets
yeah.
and then make it look that fearful.
Fear for sure.
Are you saying that at the end of the day, there is certain kind of connection between these set designs and the spiritual world?
To a reasonable extent, I will say that. And I will cite example with Neka, the pretty serpent.
Mm.
But what happened that moment was that when the spirit came up, you know, she went and stood beside Okeogunjofo, and lifted her eyes, her hand. Suddenly, her body went that way.
She shivered.
She shivered, and she went straight, zam, on the mattress. And Okay said something told him that something will go wrong. So he was like sleeping
And looking
and looking
with one eye
with one eye. So when she was coming down, bam,
to stab.
he turned this way.
He moved out.
He moved that, and
She stabbed on the mattress.
on the mattress. Most set designers, when they construct a shrine and you are shooting there, if you don't finish that bit that day, you destroy it.
Yes.
You don't leave it that way and come back the next day to continue from there. Na lie you.
Hello, viewers. This is me, Ima Ehumadu, aka LABISTA, once again on your favorite program, Nollywood Hardcore, the Legends Untold Story. You already know, anytime you see me here, that means I have a legend seated by my side. And this is the program that brings you up close and personal with your Nollywood legends. When we talk about the legends, we are talking about the people that started Nollywood from the scratch, the people that built this industry with passion. When there was nothing to write home about, when there was little or no cash, as a matter of fact, there was no cash because I am a witness to it. When everything that we did then was all about the passion to show on the movies, this passion to showcase your talents, the passion to make people understand that there are loads and loads of talents in Nigeria that needed to grow. Today, Nollywood industry is where it is today. There are people that are responsible for that. And on this edition, I am seated here with one of the very first pioneers of Nollywood. I don't know, when I talk about the pioneers, I don't know where you guys' minds are going to, but I am talking about, if you guys reflect back, you remember that Living in Bondage was the very first Nollywood movie or home video movie to come out in Nigeria. It wasn't necessarily the first film in Nigeria, but it was the first home video. That term, home video, it was the very first. And there were actors that were in that movie. Today I'm seated here with one of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sidney, Diala. Sorry, I forgot to add uncle. I'm supposed to say Uncle Sidney Diala.
anyhow, just flow.
How you doing, sir?
Very fine.
It's nice to have you here, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
When you told me you were coming, I was very excited. One of my excitements is because I know that today's generation, a lot of them, when they see your face, they will be like, "Huh? Who is this man? This man's face looks familiar." Sometimes they even do that to me.
Exactly.
So if they can do that to me, talk more of somebody like you.
Yeah, that's true.
So this is Sidney Diala. Ladies and gentlemen, before I show you guys where he featured in the movie Living in Bondage, I'm just going to be asking him a couple of questions before we get to that part.
Okay.
Look at you here, sir. How many years ago has this been?
Say like 7 years.
7 years
7 years.
ago.
Yeah, yeah. Then I did a job that I needed to take off the beards.
Yes, you like to keep the beards,
I like to keep the beards.
but here you had to shave it.
I had to shave it, and I had to grow my hair and leave the mustache like Saddam Hussein.
Anyway, whether you shave the beards or you keep the beards, that's one thing that is constant. You are a very handsome man, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Anybody looking at this will agree with me that you are a handsome man.
You can say it again.
Okay, so we're going to be starting from the very scratch,
Okay.
the very top. Already, you guys know his name already. This is Uncle Sidney Diala, and that is his name. So, do you mind telling us about your origin, where you're from, and where you grew up?
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I'm in love with this program. I'm in love with it,
Thank you.
and I'm so glad to be part of it.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes. My name still remains Sidney Diala. Chidubem. Chidubem.
That is the part I didn't know.
Chidubem. In every of my official documents,
Okay.
it goes that way. Sidney Chidubem Diala.
So, which of them is your surname?
Diala.
Okay.
Diala.
Okay.
Meaning true son of the land.
Oh, Diala.
Diala.
Yes.
You know, D means husband.
Husband.
Allah means
The land. Okay.
So you can say husband of the land.
Okay.
But in real sense of it, it means true son of the land.
Yes, true son of the
Son
land.
of the land. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, where are you from and where did you grow up?
I am from Imo State, Mbitoli, Mbiri, precisely.
Berry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost, I mean, the same place. It used to be Mbitolu, Ikeduru. You know, from the same place with our brother who's just come past. What's his name again? Saint Obi.
Oh.
Saint Obi is from Ikeduru. I'm from Mbitolu.
Okay.
You know, but I was the very first person from Mbitolu that entered the movie industry
Okay.
when we left Uniport. You know, I schooled in Uniport. I
Okay.
read theater arts.
You read theater
I
arts.
read theater arts. But
Oh.
we began with what we call CTA, certificate in theater arts.
Okay.
Sure. What the program you run for 4 years, we run it for 1 year. In that
Okay.
CTA
The certificate course.
course, yes,
Okay.
you run it for 1 year, and sometimes we even teach the final year students, because you are made to do everything. You're made to know everything: acting, scripting, directing, dancing, drumming, total arts.
Yes.
Total arts. So, that's it. And when I was done with school, I found myself in no, let me say this. Before then, I was learning how to, what we say, Igbo boy in Igbo land.
Okay. Okay.
I was
You were learning trade
I was
under
learning
somebody.
trade under somebody.
Okay.
Biku Cosmetics,
Okay.
Balogu Market
In Lagos.
in Lagos. Yeah. I think I was pushed into it, but one day I called my elder brother who talked me into it. I told him, I said, I don't like this.
Was that before you got into the university
No,
to read
after,
theater
after.
arts or afterwards?
After.
Okay.
No, before, right? Before.
Before, okay.
Before, yeah.
Okay.
So I was there when a friend of mine, he's in Enugu now, Bonaventure, and I can't forget him for life. I can't. He hinted me that this is going on in Uniport. I said, okay, I don't mind. So I feigned I was sick before the woman, because she was like a thorn in my flesh. Others will wear jeans and t-shirt to be normal, to carry cartons and everything. But Sydney, I will wear my trouser, wear my shirts, wear my tie, my long tie and everything, be carrying cartons from one lane to another lane, going from one store to another store, supplying goods and the rest. One day she called me and she said, "Are you really serious? Do you really want to learn this trade?" I said, "Yes." She said, "And you keep
Dress
dressing
like
this way." I said, "Ma, I feel comfortable dressing like this. But I like doing what I want to do. I don't like to be pushed."
Okay.
Yeah. So be that as it may, let me take it bit by bit. When Bernard told me that, I said, "Okay, fine." I went to Uniport, got the form. I didn't sit for jam. I didn't sit for jam. Most of us there, most of Uniport students during our time didn't sit for jam.
Okay.
Once you pass through that certificate program,
Yes,
and make it,
you
go
admitted
straight
directly.
Directly.
I know it.
So that was how we passed through it.
Okay.
And continued. Then when I finished from Uniport, I saw myself in Lagos with my brother, who was working with Nigerian breweries. Then the wife was working with one bank. Is it ACB or whatever?
ACB Bank.
African Continental Bank. Is it?
Yeah, ACB.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I stayed with them for some time. When they leave, I will find a way to make some friends. I got this friend, Said Ilelaboye. I can't forget his name. Said Ilelaboye. The guy in a theater himself in me. So I never knew they had where they normally meet to rehearse stage drama. I joined them. From there, they said they go to National Theatre. I said, let's go now. And let me see that building first of all.
Okay.
And then let me know what goes on there. That's how we began to trek from Ajegule to National Theatre.
Trek.
Waka. With the waka they go.
Yes.
Then from there, we also learned that there's this NTA night movies. Then it was directed by Sadiq Daba late. Then we will go film. Our interest then was to see our face
on the TV.
To see our face on the TV. So, and sometimes we will enter the bus more. If it is 100 naira, and we are 4, there's a way we do it. I will pay. I will pay. When I pay, I go to the front. Then I will signal you. You find a way to come to the front. If the conductor wants to talk, say, we don't pay now. We don't pay. No, we say I don't pay. We don't pay. We will get to a point where the guy will try to find out
if you have already paid or not.
He will now ask us to the next bus stop. We must go down there. We'll try to confuse him and find a way to get further, closer to where we are going to.
Yes.
We are doing this from time to time, but he said every day now for
the owner,
for the thief.
Every day now for the thief. One day for the owner.
For the owner, One day, one conductor caught us. Before he could get one of us, we don't jump come out. Why? Okay. We wanted to get to National Theatre because we know that from there we will have strength to go to NTA. Trekking, not biking, not Moluere.
I understand completely what you're talking about. So
it was fun. It was fun.
Yes.
We are more than 6, 7, that was doing that. That was where I first met Uncle Sam Loco. Okay. Late. Where we call Abegi.
In National Theatre.
National Theatre.
That is where people usually gather to eat and drink.
Eat, drink.
Yes.
chat, talk.
Directly opposite the National Theatre.
Yes, tell stories, tell stories. And then I was, I was tiny. I was thin.
Yes.
I was thin. My neck was just like this. One, remember I just left school.
Yes.
And then Uncle Sam Loco was running a theater group then. I paid to join him. I mean, to learn more from him. He was like, but you're a theater student. I said, yes, I still want to learn from you.
Yes.
He said, okay. One day, I made a mistake to remind him that I paid to learn from him. But I can't remember how many times he took the class. He said, Sidney, I said, you said this? I said, yes. He said, come. He told me the drink he takes. He said, go and get it for me.
It must have been Gouda.
I was waiting for him to tell me, to give me the money.
Okay.
I said, Uncle, money. Make it 2. I said, I'm just asking, just the money. Sidney, make it 3. I laughed. Do you know, for real, I went and I bought it.
Yes.
My money, I borrowed some from some people. Why am I saying all this? I met most of our past legends. I met most of them at National Theatre and the NTA. NTA, you will do a job, go to Porter cabin, is it 13 or whatever, they will give you your paper, you will sign. They don't pay immediately.
Of course.
They don't pay immediately. It's when they are done. If they pay you, it's Christmas. If they pay you, it's Christmas. That was where I met Eugenia Abu. Very nice lady.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The newscaster.
Yes, very nice lady. I continued from there. The one day we were shooting at my 2. And one woman, I've forgotten her name. She's in the movies. I don't know if she's late now. She came to where we are filming and said, please, are you people Igbos? Are you Igbos? Are you Igbos? We turned and looked at her. She said, because there's a place they are doing audition for Igbo movie. We laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. I said, Ma, we are filming here, and it's English soap for NTA. Then we are doing Memorial Hospital.
Okay.
Where I played Nurse Beef.
Nurse Beef.
Nurse Beef. My name, they call me Nurse Beef because at every given point in time, my mouth will be busy.
Eating something.
Money Chicken will tell you better about this. So after too much talk, I think it was Ogunjo first. So I said, let's give this woman a trial. That was how we find ourselves at next video, Agoda. Through Lere.
Okay, Ogunjafo.
Yeah.
That's Polo.
Polo, yeah. My very good brother and friend.
He was with you guys during the rehearsals on some locals group?
No. But along the line, we met.
You guys met
we
there?
Met.
Okay.
You understand? They said, let's give this a trial. We bought a taxi straight to neck video. Kenneth Nebwe, go to his office. The woman had gone ahead to tell her that to tell him that some people were coming. We got there. The man was like excited. People were just rehearsing here and there. I know that if you want to rehearse, you must have a script.
Yes.
So at a point, the man came out, addressed us, and said everybody should go, that there will be audition tomorrow. They have done the audition. They have done their casting. So everybody playing his or her role. Now, seeing us, he said he was excited. You know, he said, tomorrow, come for audition. We left. We came for audition. All of them that we are rehearsing that had their roles intact. We beat them hands down. Took their roles one by one from them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There were people, existing people already
Yeah.
that were rehearsing for
Of,
those roles.
of course.
But you and your group came in there,
Came in and then took over
the roles from them.
all the roles. Haba Percy will just come up from this
From school.
from school.
Direct theatre arts.
Head the horse. Waiting. You know. Still, there was no script. It was just
So you guys were rehearsing without any script.
no script.
So he just tells you what to
situation.
say and
Situation.
Okay.
Sidney Diala is seated with Emma Ehumado and talking about the present situation of Nigeria. Action.
you start talking.
We start talking. Where we talk reach tire. He said cut. Take it again. what we said at the first time or the first take.
You may not remember the
you may
second
not
time.
remember. So we kept going like that. We kept going. Finally, we shot Living in Bondage.
So are you trying to tell me that Living in Bondage was shot without the script?
The first part,
It was shot without the
without a
script.
script. Just situation.
Well, the truth is that I myself am hearing this for the first time,
Yeah.
viewers. Now you see why it is important for you to hear from the legends, hear from the horse's mouth, and get to know the real facts. If you didn't hear this from a legend like Sidney Diala, you'll probably be thinking that there was a script like today where every word is created for the
Sure.
actor to say.
Sure.
This was instantaneous.
Mhm.
Well,
No, what we now did was we became mindful of whatever we say. You don't say too much so that you can remember
yes.
for the next take.
On the second take.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was what was helping us then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sidney. Well, viewers, you've heard it. First class information from the legend. We will just take a short break, and then when we come back, we will continue on this exciting journey through the days of Sidney Diala as an actor. Thank you. Hello, viewers. Welcome back to Nollywood Hardcore, the Legends Untold Story. Remember, today my guest here is nobody else but the legendary Sidney Diala. And before we went on this short break, we were talking about the Living in Bondage, how the movie was shot without any script. So, before you say any other thing, I would like us to play a video. You look at it, probably as you're watching that video, you'll remember, you just flashback to remember how it was during the filming of the movie Living in Bondage.
Okay.
So that for those, for some of our viewers that do not know exactly what parts you took there, maybe this clip is going to remind them. Please play the video for us.
Andy, is it getting? Ask him. Now I call one in a community never. Andy, a chair now bag no one due to an arm. I can name why I want what check. You can do it to you. You are one again. nwara anyị nwee nke dị ndụ ji onye kwupụta n'anya ya. Andy, teacher.
Please, can you pause it here? Take it back a little bit on his pause it where when he was looking at us. Can you just right there? So viewers, please, I'd like you all to take a look at this picture here. This is Sidney Diala right here.
Yeah.
So when he tells you that he was like a broomstick, you can see for yourself. I'm sure for some of you that have seen the movie, you may not remember exactly where he featured in the movie. This is him right here, one of the ritualists, if you remember the movie very well.
Second in command to the chief priest.
Uh-huh. You heard it. Okay, so sir, you were saying something. You said this movie was shot in first part and second part.
Second part, yeah.
Please tell us about it.
Yeah, the first part, I think I'll be glad to say how much I was paid.
Okay.
We decided to like come together and agree. This is how much we're going to tell the Kenneth Nebwe to pay us. But at the point, it's like the man got wind of it and was calling us in one by one.
Okay.
He first called Kenneth.
Kenneth Okonkwo.
He went there and bargained. I think he was paid either 5,000 naira or so. I was paid 2,000 naira. Oh God. Jesus. Then we said, okay, no problem. And everything we were doing then was just the love for the art, for the work.
Of course.
Then we went about looking for jobs again, before the man sent a message, that we want to do part 2 of Living in Bondage. We were like, story don't finish now. What again you want to do? He said the demand is high, was high.
Yes.
And, so we sat down, myself, Okechukwu Ogunjofo, Bob Manuel, Ken Okonkwo, just almost including Ken Nebwe, we now said, okay, where the story ended in part 1, we took it from there and began to tell the story.
Okay.
And Ogunjofo was scripting.
Okay.
He was scripting. At the end of it all, in summary, we had a script. So I know what to say. We had situations.
Okay.
We created situations and everything.
Did you create dialogue as well?
Dialogue, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely we did. So as part 2 of Living in Bondage came as a result of the demand from the viewers. Who saw that this movie, which kind of story be this? Maybe not from the moon, because there was nothing like it.
There wasn't.
There was nothing like
and
it.
And he had very deep message.
Yes.
For the people, the society.
Definitely, yeah. That was how part 2 came to be. I remember when we went to very close to Obasanjo farm in the night to shoot the beat where we initiated Andy. And we decided that that goat that will kill on his head, that we will eat it.
Okay.
You understand? So Skipo, the director,
The director of the part 2?
Or the part 2, yeah.
Because I'm aware that Chikono directed the part 1.
Part 1.
Okay.
I don't know who directed part 1 or part 2 or part 2, whatever.
I think it's
Chikono and the Skipo.
Okay.
They were the directors. So we were making arrangements, that when we are done, we will kill the goats, scatter it, do pepper soup, do this, do that. Around 12:31, that was when we went to the stream, very close to Obasanjo farm. I was tying my red whatever, you know, we're hearing tom bomb, you know, inside the stream and whatever. Ken was seated, and all the cult members, you know, around, held the goats, and I was holding the knife. You know, after one or two initiation talks, just cut the goat straight, and it was cold. You can imagine, and the blood was hot, so and it was pouring directly on his head.
Yes.
You know, and when I was cutting it with joy. I was happy cutting that goat on his head.
Why was that? Was that something else to the
No, not really. But you know, playing the role.
Okay.
Yeah, playing
It
that
gave you
role.
joy to play the role.
Yes. You know, when we finished. Okay, first of all, I will say that it's possible that the individual or the person or the actor has
The spiritual inclination.
spiritual, whatever inclination. That's possible. Then the other way around, the devil doesn't know what is acting. He just see you doing something. The story is that the mother was looking for a child, so she went to the river goddess
Yes.
to ask for a child. Let it be proven that she can have a child. The river goddess gave her a condition that you will have a child, but at this age, she will be doing this way, and at this age, we will come and take her. She said no problem. Now, why doing that? We shot that bit at Babbage. Why doing that? There is no way that the spirits that rule the water will not take over. And that is why most set designers, when they construct a shrine and you are shooting there, if you don't finish that bit that day, you destroy it.
Yes.
You don't leave it that way and come back the next day to continue from there. Now lie you.
Well, because even I have never been to a herbalist house or a shrine that is owned by a real herbalist. I've never been there, but I think that even the real herbalist home is being put together by a person
Sure.
and then probably eventually taken over by the spirits.
That is it.
So these things are very possible.
Very possible.
Thank you very much, sir. That takes us to the next question. Without us,
That is why it's very important that you don't take whatever role lightly. Pray.
okay,
Pray, because there are forces, whether we like it or not. Even as we are talking here now, there are forces. You understand? There are forces.
You're right, sir.
So you pray
You're right, sir.
before you do any role. You pray when you are done filming it. And that you have prayed doesn't mean that they will not attack you. They might likely attack you. They attacked me from when I was going to shoot Nega part 3. The Return of Nega part 3. To release her, to bring her out from the spirit world. Because for a very long time, in real life, for a very long time, she was not herself.
After making the movie,
Yes. And she now said she believes that if she's, because she went back to them like the mother, the water goddess told the mother. She went back to them. So she said she believes that if she's brought out, because I played the pastor, Pastor John. I played the pastor. She said she believes that if she's taken out from that river, you understand, she'll be taken out for real. I don't want to go too spiritual, because if I go too spiritual, I might likely expose some things. But let's leave it there. And when we shot that part 3, for real, she was taken out from the spirit world, brought back to the real world, and see her glowing. But before then, it was horror.
Are you saying that these things happen in the movie or for real?
The one that happened in the movie was when she was taken to the river.
Yes.
And that was the end of the movie.
Yes.
And what happened started happening to her
Afterwards.
in real life. So she and I said, then I had come to Abuja. It was a huge deliverance. You know, as Pastor John, I played, you know, with my big Bible and everything, commanding powers and the rest. You know, we saw her coming out from the water. Saw her coming out. You know, anybody can Google it and see it. You understand? Good. Now, she came out to the real world, and then transformation started. Her real self began to come back, and I was like, one day I said, you get brain, oh, you get brain. How did that thing come to you that you believe that when you are delivered from the spirit world, you'll be delivered, you know, in real life? And she said she even went to some people to sponsor that. The people that sponsor, they said, still you don't finish. So there's no money. So she struggled. So then I had come to Lagos, to Abuja, you know, when she called me to come to continue my role. I said, I am no longer an actor.
Was she the one that produced the movie?
Yes.
Ndidiobi?
That is the last part.
Yes.
Yes.
She produced it herself.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
But she was the one that called you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, pleading that I should come. I said, I am now a pastor because I left Lagos for Abuja. It wasn't acting that brought me to Abuja. It was pastoral. I started my ministry in 2000. You know, under Revival Assembly. You know, what happened. I began my own ministry, the Refiner's House. You know, we were using a hotel at Area 2, Rialton Hotel. You can go and ask, you know. So the day I was to travel to Lagos, I was to travel by night. After church service and everything, I went home, you know, relaxed, rested, then went to the park. On our way to Lagos that night, the bus stopped almost 3 times because of me.
How do you mean, sir?
Yeah, because one, the forces already knew that I was going to do a deliverance. Yeah.
You mean a deliverance in the movie as a role?
As a role.
Okay.
And knowing that what I was going to do will come out to be real. So they wanted to stop the movement.
Okay. So it was more like an exposure of
yes.
the underworld.
Yes. You understand? So, but finally we got to Lagos, you know, and the skipper, or who was that again that directed it, said we have to shoot that day. I was like, I need rest. They said, okay. They took me to the hotel, you know. I went into the hotel, had my bath, you know, rested. As I was lying down, hotel room, door locked, everywhere locked, AC was on. I was enjoying it. But suddenly from nowhere, all the curtains began to fly. I just laid still. You know, just like this. The curtains were just moving. I began to speak in tongues. Leko shabariko santelia. In tobrane baliba shantalimos. I began to pray. At a point, I had a knock at the door. I said, who is that? He said, it's me. Uncle, mepedo. I rushed out. Suddenly, those curtains
Became
Calm down.
calm.
Yes. Ndidobi rushed into the room. I said, what is it? He said, all the curtains in her room, they were moving. I said, all the curtains in your room moving. That was when I became serious. But I prayed with her. And when the PM went round to tell people that it's time for us to start shooting, we went out to start shooting. The first the first scene we wanted to shoot finished. They played back, because then you shoot and play back. They played back, they didn't see anything. If it happened in that scene, I told you that she wanted to stab. Okay.
Yes.
Carla said he was just like this on the camera. And when he played back, he didn't see
He didn't see anything.
Yes. So it happened again. I called Chris Obirap at his Skipo. I say, Ebudi, can we use today and pray and continue tomorrow? He said, Sidney, you are right. We all went back to the hotel. I can't remember the hotel now. It's been long. We prayed. Indeed, prayed well, because she wanted everything to happen the right way. So in summary, the next day, everybody was up and doing.
Yes.
We shot.
Played back.
Yeah,
Everything showed.
Everything showed, and the rest,
And the movie eventually came out. That's
came out.
Neka the Pretty Serpent.
Serpent, yeah. It came out. So the bit where I got a little bit scared was the one at the beach. I was a deliverance minister in Revival Assembly, before coming to Lagos, coming to Abuja. So I have learned, by the grace of God, from my spiritual father, Apostle Anselm Madubuko. I have learned some, spiritual techniques of deliverance. But facing the water to command some forces, a kind of fear entered me.
It was not what you were used to.
Yes, But I did a prayer. I did a personal prayer. Boldness came. Fear left me. I just began to quote scriptures. I wish I can see that movie. I quote scriptures. We saw her coming out, for you. So, it gave me joy that today, the person that would have died long ago because she was shooting a movie or she took a role in a movie, today she's hale and happy. Looking her
best.
Chubby, self. Looking her best.
Anyway, guys, viewers, you've heard it all. From the mouth of the man that went through it. This is not a hearsay, them say no.
No.
This is a first-class information from the man that played the role, that saw it all happened.
Yeah.
You're hearing it. Someday, one day, we're going to have Ndidi be seated here to tell her own part of the story.
Sure.
You will hear from
I
her
know
too.
she'll be glad to do that.
Yes. Yeah. As a matter of fact, based on this, after this session, I will start to look for her. We'll have to bring her on board so that she can come and tell us her own part of the story. Because these things are, as exciting as it sounds, is also as scary as it sounds.
Very, very.
So for those of you that do not believe that these things happen, you better believe it. And for the young actors, we're asking you guys to always cover yourself with the blood if you're a Christian. If you're a Muslim, you already know the kind of prayer you're going to do. if you are, um,
Neither here nor there.
yes, if you are one of the people that serves one thing, you already know how to consult
Now.
your one thing to, appease your ways while you go to do these things. But bottom line, what we're saying is that the work of acting is deeper than you think.
Yeah.
It is something that you don't just get into. You have to, like, seriously cover yourself with his blood before you get into it.
It happens even on stage.
Mm.
What I just narrated now
Yes.
happens even on stage.
Like a stage drama.
Stage drama.
Mm.
You know, severally in Uniport, there's this particular drama that before they got a lady that took
That role.
to play that role, it took time, because at a given point in time, the spirit will enter.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, I like to ask you,
Okay.
what was life for you after, because you were one of the set of actors that played the early home video movies that was shot in Igbo.
Mm.
What was life for you after you became famous?
Life for me, simply put, was good. Why? Because I embraced Christ, and I thank God I did it very early. I thank God for that grace, and that's why I had the boldness. To confront forces then and even now. It's not by my power nor my strength, but just the grace of God. I got married and then gave up so many things. God called into the ministry. I ran so much, telling me that God called you. Personally, I had encounters. Where I was, doing one or two things. I had encounters with spiritual beings, not negative ones. You understand? So if you tell me, Uncle Sid, it's like you have a call of God upon your life. From that moment, you become my enemy, because already I know, and I don't want to be a pastor.
Oh, really?
Yes, I never wanted to be a pastor. Never.
You were running from your calling.
Yes. To the extent that one day, my pastor's wife, may her soul keep resting in peace, Pastor Connie, he said, better go and answer your call. You understand? Then at Revival Assembly, Ogba, Lagos. When she said that thing, even that she was my spiritual mother, if not ordinary church member, I could throw one word.
Falling out with that.
Yes, because I don't want to hear that word. But every time I sleep, I see myself on the street preaching, happily, joyfully. I see myself in crusades. I see myself with big names, big God's generals. I had an encounter with Papa Deboye. He held me by the hand. We are on a football field. People were playing this way, that way. So he was telling me, you see, he was like a coach to me. He said, by the time you enter this field, see what to play. As if they want to change a player and put me in there. I understand what that means. That's the next day I slept. He continued from where he stopped. We are now like in either lawn tennis or whatever. He was just telling me tactics, techniques, and the rest. And I've not really met him in life one-on-one.
All of this was in a dream.
Yes. Then anytime I have that encounter with him, that day, either a pastor or a member of the church or somewhere will definitely tell me, better go and answer God though. And once I hear that, I get scared.
But your encounter with Christ or the calling, was it as a result of the things you saw as an actor, or it was on its own?
No, 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 no. If it was, I would have run to become a pastor now. So I'll be free from whatever I know that my life will be life of prayer. It wasn't. It was a conviction.
Okay.
It was a conviction. Messages I was hearing from my spiritual father, from other people, and the rest. I was following a particular preacher, Benny Hinn, for a very long time, up to today. I still follow him. He's one man I love so much. It wasn't because of encounters I had. No, 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 no. If it was because of that, I'd go wrong, become pastor immediately. So I run away from their destiny. But God called me, sent me forth. I came back. I came to Abuja, and then began the ministry. After which I began the refiner's house, and then continued from there. And I never knew that there's something. I knew about AGN, but then in Lagos it was NAG.
Yes, it was NAG then.
Yes.
Yeah, then until it was changed to AGN.
It was changed to AGN. Good. So when they began to see me in Abuja, they were like, maybe this actor, maybe this actor be this, maybe this actor be this. Because you can't see me and not turn back then to the glory of God. I was very fair, very handsome.
You still are?
With my mustache alone. I wasn't keeping these beards, as a pastor now. But now, pastors carry these beards and the rest. I'm an apostle by calling.
Okay.
But I occupy the office of a pastor.
This is the pastor.
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
But your was it because of your pastoral calling that you took a break from acting?
Exactly. The mistake I made was attending AGM meeting.
That was how they brought you back.
Yes. I attended that meeting, it was so interesting. It reminded me of what
How it
used to be in Lagos. I was like
at National Theatre.
National Theatre, everything, the memory began to, flash through me. I'll be in church, one of them will visit me, and then we will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And they will come now, just even if you don't want to act again, just be coming to meetings and then encourage others. Before you knew it, I became part of them again.
Exactly.
And I think I started filming too in Abuja here.
Let that bring us to the next video that we want to play. Please play back the next video. Let's see the other parts of him as an actor.
It will spoil so many things. The business is not everything. Now listen to me. There must be a way out. Something else. See. My wife cannot know about this. I will lose everything. Just give me a little time. I really work out something. I will get back to you. Hi. I mean, you almost gave me a heart attack.
So, looking at that video, that looks like a cheating husband trying to hide something.
I don't even know what movie this is.
You don't remember this
I
movie?
can't remember. I don't.
Are you serious?
I've acted several.
This is let me remind you of this movie. I directed this movie.
Uh,
This is the engagement party.
engagement. Okay.
The engagement party featuring Regina Daniels
Daniels, yeah.
and what's this other boy's name?
Engagement party.
Yes. This other boy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
him and Regina are usually.
We shot in between raining, the rains and the
Yes,
things like that.
yes.
I think
We
I
shot
remember.
here in Abuja.
Yeah.
So that brings me to my next question. How would you describe the industry then and the industry now?
Wow.
Yes. How would you describe, things that happened then and the technical inputs, the acting of then and now? Because looking at the two movies that we've played here, one is a very old movie of you, which you featured in it back then, and then this one, which you also featured in it. I think this one we shot this one in 2022.
Yeah.
Yes. So how would you describe the difference between these two movies?
Like somebody asked me during one film festival, say how will you grade the movie then or movies then and present? One, technically, we have improved tremendously. We have improved.
Okay.
You understand? Acting wise, we also have improved because personally, I do a kind of check on myself.
Okay.
I don't want to be the same Sidney acting as a father, in this movie. Then you see me acting the same character or playing the same character in another movie, playing it the same way I played it in the other one. No. There must be a difference. So that's why I do a check on myself. And then generally, I think our actors are improving.
Okay.
They have improved.
Great.
And they are still improving. You understand? The acting then, now beginning now. That was our genesis.
Yes.
And then our equipment then, you can imagine somebody, two people will help you to lift your camera.
Yes. I hang it on your shoulder.
On your shoulder. And when you are done, they will come and help you to bring it down. And then your shoulder will go this way. You understand?
After which you look for somebody to massage you.
Massage you. Now today, you can have one tiny thing like that.
Yes.
And you are filming.
Yes.
You can film from here. You can stay here and film wherever. So I will generally say that we are improving. Not that we have improved. We are improving. It's progressive.
Yes, it is.
It's progressive. So we are improving.
Okay.
Generally.
I remember you said that in Living in Bondage you were paid 2,000
naira.
2,000 naira.
Yes.
Uh,
And then the part 2, I was paid
3,500.
Yes.
Improvement of 1,500 naira.
Yes.
Okay, so currently, do you think that acting is something that actors can survive on? As a professional career,
Yeah.
is this something actors can survive on without having something on the side to also bring you income?
Fine. That is where that statement I made comes in. Working on yourself. Because if you feel that you played that role very well in that movie, and then I give you another role in another movie because of the other one you played very well, and you don't want to work on yourself, you remain that way. I think very soon you go off the market.
You fade out.
Yes. So I think everyone who is an actor should be able to work on himself, work on herself. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will help you to stay
To stay.
and probably
One.
survive.
Two. If you want to make it just your source of income, you do nothing else. You must add something to it, not just an actor.
What do you mean? Could you explain to the viewers?
Good. I can do PM. As I am here now, Sidney Diala. I can be a production manager.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, so you'll be paid for this and be paid for that.
I'm a script writer.
Okay.
So sometimes people contract me to write script for them.
Okay.
So if I'm not acting, I'm making money from scripting.
Okay.
If I'm not scripting and I want to take up PM job, that pays me. So that means all round I am there. But you must have to improve consistently
on whatever that you are doing
on these things,
so as to stay relevant.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just like you use this costume to film, given to you by a costumier. You go to another set
and they give you the
same costume. Is the costumier improving or not?
No.
He or she is not.
Yes, you're right.
That is why we have one of the best costumiers today, who is now a producer. I don't want to call names.
You can call her name, it doesn't matter.
Which is Nancy.
Okay.
Who is now a producer.
Okay.
And then not just a producer. She's an EP. You understand?
Yes.
But she began as
a costumier.
A nobody costumier.
Yes, you're right.
But she put everything excellence. You understand? She put everything to perfection. Uche Nancy will be in Asaba and be controlling jobs in Lagos, in Abuja, in Owerri, and the rest, because she has people working under her.
Yes.
So when I heard and I saw her growth and her impact, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't at all.
Tremendous improvements on her side.
Determination.
Yes.
Determination.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. It's been a very exciting time sitting here with you, hearing your stories. Before we round up, please, can you just quickly pass an advice to the youths? To the youths of today, especially those of them that would want to take after you to be actors.
I would tell them, like many approach me if they see me in any gathering, in any occasion. Some will say they want me to be their father in the industry. Some will say mentor. Some will say this, some will say this. I want you to carry me along, all those English and the rest. You know. I will tell them, if you are ready and willing, you will eat the good of the land. If you are submissive, you will have Sidney Diala.
Good.
If you can be submissive, you know, because most upcoming actors I know today, some of them when they see you, they don't greet you because you're on the same set. They have featured in 1, 2, 3 movies. You know,
they start to feel like celebrities already.
They have landed. When you have landed, that is when humility should take over you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So I will tell them what I told my son. He's in the university and he's an actor. You know, he just finished one not too long ago, I think for YouTube. You know, I told him, I said, if you must go into this and remain relevant, and be relevant and remain relevant, one, you must be studious.
You must be what?
Studious.
Okay.
You must be a reader. You don't go and see Melina and you be calling it Gumelina. You know, you don't go and see action in brackets. You take your lines and take the action and the rest. 2, ask questions.
Yes.
You are not stupid when you're asking questions, but you become stupid when you don't ask questions. 3, if you see those who have gone ahead of you before now, respect them. And if there are things you want to get from them, ask them questions. Be loyal to them. You go to some places these days, and one upcoming actor, uncle, how now? Wanna go greet. You'll be looking for where to sit. But I remember those days.
Yes.
When a senior actor is coming, everybody stands up.
Yes.
It's respect. You understand? Good. So I will tell them, it's a land where you can make it if you remain humble, if you remain studious, if you are ready and willing to be taught. You know, for instance, rather, I was at the master class, you know, that held at that film festival that just ended. I saw a few people there, and I was like, and I asked somebody, though I didn't come early, I asked somebody, I said, now the whole people will come to be this. The guy said yes. I said, and some will tell you they have been in Actors Guild of Nigeria for
so
a long
years.
time, so many years. They never get through. How will you get a role when you're not ready to learn? You go for auditions, you don't get a role.
Yeah.
Why? Your speech is bad, your delivery is bad, your modulation is bad, everything is bad. There are things that every director who is doing an audition is looking out for. And when they don't see one or two in you,
They will not look at your way
they
anymore.
will look at you. Though these days, money buy things, Let me just put it like
That will
that.
be a topic for another day. Thank you very much, Uncle Apostle Sidney Diala.
Yeah.
Well, viewers,
And
it's
more
been
interestingly, I will tell them,
yeah.
let them embrace Christ.
Okay.
Embrace Christ.
Okay.
He will give you. He will give you all.
Everything.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, you have heard, you have listened to Apostle Sidney Diala on Nollywood Hardcore Session, The Legends Untold Story. If he was not seated here, there are so many stories about him, the things he passed through as a growing actor that you would never get to know. So this is one of the essence of bringing our legends on board to hear from them. So before you part way, usually I make sure that we hand something over to our guests, more like a souvenir, for being part of us, for featuring on our program, Nollywood Hardcore. This is Nollywood Hardcore with LABISTA. It's specially made for you. On the reverse side, you get to see your name there, Sidney Diala. So this is specially for Sidney Diala. Nobody else is to drink from this flask except Sidney Diala.
Or Sidney gives you to drink.
Unless he gives you to drink. Once you put water inside, the temperature of the water will come up here.
Okay.
It gets to show here. So how warm it is inside is what the temperature will reflect here. So sir, this is for you. This is thanking you for coming on our show.
Well,
and for being part of us.
Thank you.
Very much, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate this. For taking time to write the name there.
Yes. You're welcome, sir. So, on the closing parts of today's program, Nollywood Hardcore, please stay tuned another time as we bring you another exciting guest, another exciting legend on your favorite program, Nollywood Hardcore with Ima LABISTA.